Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wood Forest Bank Stadium for tonight's 13-6A district game between your home team, the Woodlands Highlanders, and the visiting New Caney Eagles, coming around Grand Parkway and up 45 to visit us tonight. Last year, this game proved to be the district championship in a surprising 14-7 result played down in New Caney. So this year, the Highlanders have New Caney at home, wanting to set the score straight on that. It was the only loss that the Woodlands had in district a year ago, so they'll be looking to put that right here tonight. Last week, the Woodlands beat Oak Ridge by a score of 55-26 in an important get-right game for the Highlanders to earn their first win of the season after dropping their first two games of the season in non-district, but getting off to a good start against the War Eagles. And likewise, New Caney hosted the Willis Wildcats last week and took a heavy 54-21 loss at the hands of Willis a week ago down in New Caney. So they'll be looking to bounce back here with a competitive win here tonight in Wood Forest Bank Stadium. But of course, the Woodlands have a little bit of revenge on their mind after last year, so they're going to look to deny that opportunity. And I talked about this last week during the College Park and Grand Oaks broadcast game, which College Park won 38-28 last week. This district is wide open this year, and I feel like you will see that reflected in the district standings right now with Conroe, Willis, the Woodlands, and College Park as your 1-0 teams to start district play. And again, mentioned that New Caney lost last week to Willis, so already last year's defending district champions taking an early loss. Senior night here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium. We've had storms in the area all day, which thankfully have moved on out of the way for us to play a game in what should be very pleasant conditions. Much more pleasant than what we've had the last few weeks, so we hope y'all will enjoy watching this game with us here tonight, what should be a great district game. Looking forward to bringing you this broadcast. Here in a couple of minutes, we'll go to some sponsor commercials before we bring the teams out. Get ready to kick this game off tonight here in 13-6A play. My name is Jeremy McGrail, and I'll be taking you through this broadcast and look forward to doing just that. Elsewhere in the district this week, we have Grand Oaks at Caney Creek. The game will be played at Moorhead Stadium, and then we have Conroe visiting Willis tomorrow night as well. Rivalry game. That was a game that ended up determining quite a bit in the district last year when Conroe beat Willis by that 24-20 score, I believe, at Moorhead. So Willis will be looking to get their own little bit of revenge tomorrow night in that one. So that'll be a really important game to keep your eye on in the district. Also, Cleveland will be right here against the College Park Cavaliers tomorrow night. The bye team this week is Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge with the week off after dropping that game against the Woodlands a week ago. So again, we will have sponsor commercials coming up before we bring the teams on out for our kickoff here tonight. Little over 11 minutes away from our kickoff. Thank you for joining us here tonight on this broadcast. We hope you will enjoy the game with us here on this Conroe ISD Athletics broadcast.
And now the New Caney High School alma mater. This is Donnie Buckaloo with Buckaloo Chevrolet. After 2.5 years, I'm proud to say we have new Chevrolets in stock today and are receiving new inventory daily. At Buckaloo Chevrolet, what you see is what you get. We don't charge market adjustments or added equipment you don't want. The price you see is the price you pay, so don't pay over MSRP. On I-45 in Conroe or shop BuckalooChevrolet.com.
It's a better buy at Buckaloo.
It's not enough to be the leader in robotic-assisted procedures if we're not by your side for every step of your recovery, guiding you back to what makes you, you. Because it's not enough to replace your knee if we're not getting you to the moments that can't be replaced. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day visits when you're sick, online scheduling with specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care. Bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise, wherever, whenever you need it.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
For over 40 years, Wood Forest National Bank has proudly supported the youth and schools of this great community. Our bank has grown through the years, and Montgomery County is our home. With over 30 convenient branch locations right here in Montgomery County, we are your community bank. Next time you're in the area, stop by and say hi. But for now, sit back and enjoy the game.
Shopping for a new or used vehicle? Or just looking for a place for good, reliable service? Go with the name you know. Gullo Ford, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Toyota. The Gullo family has been serving the Conroe Woodlands area since 1970. So the next time you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or just need service, do yourself a favor and go see Gullo Toyota, Gullo Mazda, and Gullo Ford. Or log on anytime at GulloAuto.com. Gullo, let's drive.
Through the heat, through the grind, through the blood, through the sweat, through the tears.
I got loyalty inside my DNA.
All that stuff that you put in has come down to this moment.
I got loyalty inside my DNA. I got loyalty, got war and peace inside my DNA. Pain and joy inside my DNA. This that kiss the bed. This that I got.
I'm not here for me, I'm here for we. And together, we will find a way.
I got loyalty inside my DNA.
Welcome back to Wood Forest Bank Stadium. The teams are out ready to run through their tunnels, and here comes the Woodlands walking through their tunnel on this senior night here under the Thursday night lights. New Caney on their own side of the field getting ready to run out here again. This is a rematch of a game that ended in a 14-7 New Caney win a year ago, and I'll bet that might have been mentioned a time or two this week in preparations at the Woodlands High School. It's the only loss the Highlanders had in district last year, so they'll be looking to put that right here tonight, wearing all red uniforms, white helmets. New Caney in their blue pants, white jerseys, and helmets. As the Eagles run out on their side of the field, getting ready to go. Bringing the coin toss here in a moment after the national anthem, so we can see who will get the ball here first tonight. It's the Highlanders looking fired up, coming to line up on their sideline. So we will pause for the national anthem and come back to you for the coin toss. And with that rousing national anthem, we are ready to get started here tonight. 13 6A action, one game in the books last week for both of these teams. So we have a pivotal second game in district coming up for both of these teams, looking to keep themselves in the conversation atop the district for playoff positions. And again, it's going to be wide open in the district this year, I believe, as play goes on. That will become more and more apparent. Very important game here tonight. We'll have a couple more tomorrow. We have Grand Oaks at Caney Creek tomorrow, in addition to Conroe at Willis and Cleveland at College Park. Oak Ridge, the bye week team in district this week, as the captains meet at midfield to do the coin toss, and we'll figure out who is going to start with the ball here tonight and first chance to put points on the board. In last year's game, very low scoring affair in that 14-7 game down in New Caney, which of course the Eagles won, surprising many around the district given it was their very first season at the 6A level, but they finished atop the district standings. Despite that, had some really impressive players on that team a year ago, some of whom return here this year, and we'll note those players once the game gets started. Some big losses as well. Nehemiah Broussard, their quarterback last year, along with Keetrick Riscano, the all-district running back, one of the district MVPs a year ago, gone to the college ranks. Big losses for this team, and they're attempting to reload this year. And in addition to that, New Caney has a new head coach, so they're one of three teams in the district that's in their first season under a new head coach, Mike DeWitt, coming down to New Caney from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Woodlands wins the opening toss, defers.
New Caney will receive.
Like New Caney going to take the ball first. So New Caney, College Park, and Grand Oaks all under new leadership this year. First seasons under new coaches. We are just about ready to bring you the first kickoff here tonight. Really interested to see how this one goes. I was paying close attention to the Woodlands result against Oak Ridge last week. They got that much-needed win after playing just two really difficult teams to start in North Shore and Lamar. Those games did not go at all how the Woodlands would have imagined in terms of just their ability to compete. So it's very important that they came out and played well last week against Oak Ridge, which they did in that 55-26 win. So momentum in the pocket of the Woodlands, which they'll look to come out here tonight and continue against New Caney. New Caney taking one on the chin against Willis. Last week will look to do much better here on the road against a strong Woodlands team here tonight. Scott Starzik, the ball down, ready to get us started. Here we go. Starzik can put his foot through that, as he is accustomed to doing, out of the back of the end zone. So we start with a touchback here. Kicked over the head of Caden Cooper, one of the deep men back for New Caney there. One of the standout players on this Eagle team. Last year, these two teams ranked as the top two defenses in the district by some distance. However, this year, the tables have kind of flipped, where they're both kind of towards the bottom of the district after those initial non-district games in the first weekend of district play. So we'll see what they're looking like here tonight against one another. Maybe we'll have some points on the board tonight between the two. Sweep around the left side. The play blown dead, flag down, false start. That was number 9, Caden Cooper, that was going to take the handoff around the edge on that sweep.
Yes, number 70, 5-yard penalty.
So that false start will back New Caney up 5 yards. The Woodlands will take that. That play looked decent, although everyone kind of stopped once they noticed the play was being blown dead. The danger players on this New Caney offense right away will be Cooper, number 9, number 2, Drayvon Wilson, lined up at the receiver position, another big-time athlete to watch out for here. Sweep running the same thing they had in mind in the first play, back to Cooper, but the Woodlands strings it out for a loss of a yard or two. Well defended by the Highlanders. Last year's result sent a lot of shockwaves around the district, just with it being pretty unexpected. But New Caney proved they were legit as the games went on. It was not a fluke whatsoever what they did last year, but new year, new game here tonight. Shotgun formation for the Eagles, 3 receivers in the set. A bit of a power shotgun look here, back to pass. Decent pocket to throw, good hit immediately as the ball is caught by number 3, DeAndre Frazier. On the hit for the Woodlands senior defensive back, Andy Orr. Great job of reacting, hitting the receiver, eliminating any yards after catch, bring up a 3rd and 8. Again, 3 receivers set for New Caney. Back to pass. Looking over the middle, Drayvon Wilson, intended man on that, incomplete over his head. And the quarterback tonight for New Caney is junior Hunter Taylor, number 10. Just overshot Wilson there. Bring out the punt team, so early stop for this Highlander defense. 2 men back to return for the Highlanders. It's Farrakhan, usually the one who ends up getting his hands on the ball. It'll be a short punt going his direction. He can field it. He's got room. Turns it up the left sideline, 40, 35, 30. Still in bounds. Down inside the 30, so the Woodlands going to have amazing field position to start this one. Can't ask for much better than that. Highlander offense will start this on the 28-yard line of New Caney, plus territory right off the bat. 10:32 on the first quarter clock after that first drive stop by the Highlander defense. Matoyer coming out, going to get it started in a 3-wide set, 2-by-1 with an H-back. Sweep going around the right, looking for room. Not a ton to work with there. Going to gain a few yards, however. Jackson Bolander, junior, on that carry. The Woodlands has started this season using kind of a platoon system at the running back position, much like they did a year ago. See if that continues here tonight. Tight 2-by-2 set, early movement. Ball hits the turf, flags are down. It's Aiden Self in the backfield with Matoyer there before that penalty blew the play dead. See whose fault it was. You go against New Caney, offside. Make it 2nd and about 1. Inside the red zone now are the Woodlands on the 19. Going to stay in that bunch formation, 4 wide receivers, 2-by-2. There's Matoyer going to flip it on the jet sweep to Farrakhan, looking for space. He's going to reverse field now. He could have some room here. He can make the edge, gets a block around there. Good effort by, that was number 2, Shane Walker, trying to throw a nice block for his teammate, working hard. Nearly got it. Positive run by Farrakhan, regardless, going to move the chains easily. Ball down to the 13. Four receivers with Farrakhan in the H-back spot. Power run up the middle. Self makes a move. Touchdown, Highlanders. Great way to get on the board to start the game. Nice quickness from Self, making guys miss through the hole. No mistake. Punches it in for the first touchdown of the night. The Woodlands making no mistake, capitalizing on the prime field position there. Started that drive on the 29, or 28 rather. After a short punt and a nice return by Farrakhan to set up that series on offense, first of the night for the Highlanders. Starzyk boots it through, 7-0 the Woodlands. 9:22 on the first quarter clock. Starzyk, as he was a moment ago, ready to boot this one back to New Caney. And he'll boot it over them once again. Touchback. Highlander defense doing a great job getting that initial stop, allowing their offense to take the early initiative. Woodlands going to be showing that 3-3-5 defense that we've seen from them so far this season to start. Handoff up the middle, stacked up by the Highlanders. Not going to let that gain much at all, just a 2-yard gain. This is number 25, Dave Stewart, senior running back on the carry for New Caney there. Woodlands actually ranking dead last in the district right now in team defense, so that's something they're going to want to correct in a hurry as district progresses and figure everything out before the playoffs begin. Three receiver set for New Caney, showing run again, power run up the middle. Just an ISO, running back makes a guy miss. That'll be a first down for the Eagles. They're going to push out to the 40, so best play of the night for New Caney so far. Good running by the senior Stewart there, showing some quickness in the hole. Move it out to the 41. It was Taylor at the quarterback position. Again, going to hand off ISO right up the middle, trying to challenge this Woodlands defense, but the Highlanders stack it up there. Like Luke Johnson, number 11, was one of the first there on the tackle for the Woodlands. Quick throw out to the edge. This is the danger man we talked about. Incomplete, though. They're going to say the ball bounced. Strayvon Wilson attempted to make something happen there. Wilson currently the number 3 receiver in the district. His 12 catches on the season, 5 of them have gone for touchdowns. Pretty good ratio. 4 wide here for New Caney, 2 to each side. Little half roll left under pressure. Great play by the sophomore defensive lineman for the Woodlands, number 95, Jairi Jefferson. Gets a big hand up to deny that. Bring up a 4th down. Generate another stop for this Highlander defense. Nope, punter drops it. Does well just to get that away. It's going to take a favorable bounce for the Woodlands. They're going to have good field position again here. Going to start on their own 40. So Matoyer and the Highlander offense going to huddle up here on the near sideline. 7:15 to go on the first quarter clock. Woodlands already leading 7-0, of course, on the scoreboard. Highlanders looking to keep pace at the top of this district. Earn a little payback here tonight and go to 2-0 in district if they can get the win. So Matoyer is going to start here with 3 receivers and an H-back, really 4 receivers. Matoyer keeps it up the middle, gain a few yards. Fake the handoff to Self. You're going to move a little quicker here. 4 wide, 2x2. Again, movement using hard counts. It's going to be flags coming in. There was contact.
Stop. On the defense, number 23, 5-yard penalty, second out.
It's the second time here tonight that the Woodlands has drawn at New Caney offsides. 2nd and 2, nearly identical situations both times. Again, 2x2 to each side for the Woodlands with the 4 receivers. Blitz, New Caney, Matoyer sees it. Quick pass out, first down, good recognition to Walker. Threw right in the direction of the pressure. Good quarterback play. In just a couple of plays, the Woodlands are already back in the New Caney half of the field. Matoyer going to look deep here. Doesn't appear to have a man, but now he gets a late receiver open on the near side as he scrambled and bought time. It's number 6, Blaze Ferguson. Be a first down catch. Matoyer looked like he wanted to take off up the middle originally, but the door got shut, and so he flushed around the left side, which allowed Ferguson to come open. So 1st and 10, ball on the New Caney 33. 3-by-1 set with the receivers 4 in the game. So Matoyer looks at the sideline. Matoyer quick throw out. Going to go right back to Walker. Makes the first man miss. Stacked up after that, does a good job strength moving forward after the hit. Yeah, 7-yard gain on first down. We're back to pass, going to look into the flat, caught. Accurate on his throws. Ferguson again going to show good effort to spin inside of the 15 down to the 13-yard line. Just watching Matoyer in pregame, and he looked extremely sharp. Just basically putting the ball wherever he wanted to going through the pregame drill. So I was curious to see if that would translate in the game, and so far it is for him. Making good throws so far. Handoff to Self around the right side, looking to find some room, stacked up nicely by New Caney's defense for no gain. New Caney actually returning I believe it was 7 or 8 players from that outstanding defense they had a year ago haven't been playing to that level so far this season, but they have the talent to get better as district play progresses. One of the primary players you'll notice for the Eagles on that side of the ball is number 7, Dalen Wilson, that middle linebacker. Was one of the standout players in the district a year ago. 4 wide for Matoyer, motion across. Going to flip it on the jet sweep, Farrakhan. Going to pause, try and find his gap, but New Caney is there. Going to bring up a 3rd and long. And again, that man I just mentioned, Dalen Wilson, one of the first to contact on that one. And the season began, I know not many would have expected the Woodlands to get a result against North Shore, but the really surprising thing was coming out the next week and getting blown out by Lamar down at Delmar. That was not expected for this team with the experience they have. Matoyer going to tuck. Play's going to be blown dead, though. So that big loss down at Lamar, not expected, given the experience that the Woodlands came into this season with.
5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So again, just highlighting the importance of that win that the Woodlands was able to come out here and get against Oak Ridge last week, just to get some confidence going after taking 2 on the chin to start. This will be another big step in that direction here tonight if they can play well. 2-by-2 set here on 3rd and long. Matoyer back to pass, going to draw. Look for room around left side. He has it. He's going to turn it up 5. Touchdown. Matoyer punches it in on the quarterback draw, very much by design. Finds the room around the left side. Punch in the 2nd touchdown of the night for the Highlanders. Very well done, Matoyer and company. 3:05 on the first quarter clock as our score moves to 13-0 for your hometown Highlanders. Starzyk on for the PAT. In senior night here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium, as festivities enjoyed pregame. This class of 2024 got recognized down on the field. Starzyk tacks that on perfectly. 14-0, 3:05 left in the first quarter after an impressive start here by the Highlanders, not wasting any time creating an advantage. All the more impressive given that the Woodlands deferred the opening toss and allowed New Caney to take the first possession. Woodlands making it look easy so far here tonight. Got to keep it up. So when I broadcasted the initial game of the first game of the season against North Shore, I mentioned the Woodlands having won 10 games a year ago, and with the senior experience they have back on this team, particularly on offense, want to come out this year and try and do better on those 10 wins. Keep this program where it expects to be each year, frankly, which is a double-digit winning program on an annual basis. Starzyk once again going to touch that one back, not giving those dangerous Eagle return men a chance. Split back shotgun for New Caney here to start this drive. Going to run it, keep it on the sweep. Quarterback keeping up the middle, trying to show a little bit of threat with the legs, but Woodland stacks it up after 4 or so yards. I don't expect the Eagles will show a ton of that here tonight with the QB running, but maybe just enough to keep the Woodlands honest. In split back shotgun, 3 receivers here for New Caney. 2nd and 5. Run up the middle. Been trying to challenge the Woodlands there, get close to the first down, but they're going to be a yard short. Pay attention to number 2 here, the slot receiver, Drayvon Wilson. You go right up the middle once again. Looks to be enough for a first down, just over the line to gain, out to the 36. Come up to just over a minute and a half remaining in our first quarter action tonight. Had quite a few thunderstorms in the Houston area today, moving across town, impacting this area a little bit earlier, but moving well out of the way so we can get this football game in here tonight, no problems. Fake on the handoff, looking deep down the field. Man open if he can get it to him. Ball hung up there, but it's going to be complete. That's going to be down to the 25-yard line of the Woodlands. Receiver popped wide open there. That was number 5 for New Caney, Eric Sanchez, returner from last year. The ball fluttered, and you weren't quite sure if it was going to make it to him on time, but the receiver had enough of a lead on the DB to where he was able to wait that one out. New Caney moving fast, running the sweep left side. Stewart. Great play by the Woodlands to stop that. It was number 3, Caden Villaver on that tackle. Bring up 2nd and 9. First quarter clock is running out here. Maybe get one more play off. 3 receivers. Quarterback Taylor trying to move quick, gets the snap, rolls right. Looking for Wilson in the corner of the end zone, overthrows him. Good coverage by the Woodlands there. There's really nowhere for that football to drop into Wilson. Bring up a 3rd and long, 1 second remaining in the first quarter, so we'll get one last play here. Big down in distance. New Caney has to get something on this drive. Very dangerous moment in the game early on here for New Caney. 3 receivers to one side, 1 to the other, so 3 by 1 set with 4 receivers. Making the sweep, now looking over the middle on the slant, off the hands of the receiver Sanchez, incomplete. They bring up 4th down, another big stop by the Woodlands after giving up that big play on the post route. Decision time for New Caney in terms of whether or not they go for it or try and kick. So as the first quarter ends, they will have that discussion on their sideline as we reverse into the field, with the Woodlands leading 14-0 after an impressive first quarter start. We thank those of you for joining us on this Conroe ISD live stream here tonight as it happens. Encourage you to visit our social media channels as always. Search Conroe ISD Athletics on YouTube. Subscribe to the channels for both Woodforest Bank Stadium and Moorhead, so you can follow along with the great district action we have for you this year. Also follow us on Twitter at Conroe ISD Sports and Instagram. It's like New Caney has brought the field goal unit on the field, going to try and get a little something for their efforts here. Number 80 Joel Rodriguez, a sophomore kicker. This will be a 41-yard attempt. There's movement. Flags do come down. The kick is up. No good. Missed just to the left. However, a flag is down. He may get a second shot at it. It looks like it's going against the Woodlands for offsides. This will make it a more manageable kick unless they try and bring the offense back out.
Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Yep, will go against Woodlands. Move the ball ahead 5 yards. Looks like field goal team remaining out for now. A little bit of confusion with New Caney as to whether or not that's going to be the case. Looks like offense now subbing back in. Yep, and it is Taylor and the offense now with the shorter, more manageable down and distance going to come out here. They know they need 6s tonight. 3s aren't going to do it. Going to try and throw the quick screen to Cooper. The Woodlands was there to make the tackle. Turns up the sideline. He's going to go 5. Dive for the end zone, but he's going to be just short at the second. Great play by number 9, Caden Cooper, to turn that corner. Showing the athletic ability that we know exists in this New Caney team. Got some just super talented players mixed in out there. Guys that can step on the field with just about anyone. Cooper is one of those. So they're going to hand off, sweep left side now. Going to be tackled in the backfield again. The big sophomore, Jairi Jefferson, there on the stop for the Highlanders, denying that, stopping for a big loss back to the 4-yard line, they're going to call it. And they call forward progress, stopped at the 4, rather. Yep, 2nd and 4 to go. Jefferson impressive in the early going so far here tonight. Split back shotgun for Taylor. 2 receivers. Going to go right back to Cooper. He's going to try and find space around the right, but denied by this Highlander defense, stacked up nicely. Good physical play by Caleb Phillips to come up with that stop for the Highlanders. Yet another crucial 3rd down on this drive for the Eagles. They've had a few of them here. 4 receiver set. 3 to the near side, 1 up top, 3 by 1. Going to blow that play dead. Going to be a timeout, New Caney.
Timeout.
And after the timeout play, ready to resume here on this key 3rd and 5. Have to make the end zone. Split back shotgun here with 3 receivers in the set for the Eagles. Taylor back to pass, looking to the left, heavy pressure, escapes somehow up the middle, then flips it into the end zone, tip drill, caught. Wow, touchdown New Caney after all that. It's going to be Caden Cooper that eventually brings down that catch. Hunter Taylor doing an incredible job to avoid that heavy pressure applied up the middle by the Woodlands there somehow. Steps up into the pocket, gets enough space to flip the pass, is tipped. Cooper somehow on hand to catch that one. So Joel Rodriguez here for the PAT. Tacks it through, but a flag comes down. So New Caney doing just enough to stay alive here in the early going after falling behind 14-0, putting 6 on the board. It'll be 7 pending the outcome of this penalty. Be offsides, it looks like, so PAT will stand.
Offsides. Defense. Kick is
With 10:17 on the second quarter clock, our score 14-7 in favor of the Highlanders, scoring on both of their offensive possessions so far. New Caney chewing up a little bit of time with that touchdown drive to stay in the game here at 14-7. And Rodriguez, sophomore, will have the ball down to kick it. First opportunity of the night for the Woodlands to get their hands on a kick return. And to kick it short will be fielded, some space to try and get a return in for the Highlanders. Looking for space, turns it up the field now. Nice run, going to cut it around left side. He's into space. 40, see if he can get to midfield. Cuts inside, now up the sideline. He's going to go 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and touchdown Highlanders. What a return by number 27, Parker Stewart, the sophomore defensive back, getting it done in the return game. New Caney tried to do a little bit of a half pooch, I guess you could say, on that one. They didn't kick it all the way back to the deepest return men, but kicked it to where a player like Stewart could still get the ball on his hands, and he made no mistake on that return, patiently allowing that space to open up before bouncing it around the left side. Great return. 20-7 Highlanders, pending the PAT by Starzyk. 9:59 on the second quarter clock. Starzyk boots it right down the middle as he usually does. 21-7, instant response by the Woodlands. You love to see that on the Highlanders sideline to the first bit. The positive momentum New Caney had on the evening. The Woodlands comes right back out on the return and takes that all away. And elsewhere in the district this week, you have Grand Oaks at Caney Creek. Conroe at Willis is going to be a huge one. That'll be a great one to follow tomorrow night if you can, in addition to that Grand Oaks Caney Creek game. And also right here tomorrow night we'll have Cleveland against College Park. A good chance for College Park to continue their positive momentum in district play. I was able to call their game against Grand Oaks a week ago, and they got a 38-28 win over the Grizzlies. College Park will be one of the teams hoping to contend for a playoff spot in this district, and I think they have a great chance. Willis making the early statement in the district along with the likes of Conroe. Conroe's got the #1 total defense in the district. And they'll be playing against the #1 total offense tomorrow night. Starzyk puts his foot through this one. Third touchback of the night. Would definitely go so far as to say that the winner of that Conroe-Willis game tomorrow night will be amongst the top 2 favorites to take the district championship. Both looking very strong so far. But there's a long way to go, of course, between now and week 10 before trophies start getting awarded as the Woodlands defense back out onto the field. They've been playing quite a bit here tonight so far. Run up the middle. Find a little bit of space, about a 5-yard gain. Decent. So far tonight at the running back position, been mainly Dave Stewart handling the heavy lifting, but Caden Cooper rather, also heavily involved. 4 receivers in the set for New Caney, 3 by 1. Going to run sweep around the left side. Woodland strings that out. Great stop. Nowhere to go for Stewart. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. Another 3rd down opportunity for the Woodlands to get off the field here. Going to shift along the defensive front, show 4 across. Roll to the right, wide open receiver. Woodlands just lost their man in coverage, and it's going to go a long way into the Woodlands territory. And that is number 14, Jacoby Carter Jr. on that catch and run. Was all alone out in the flat with no one near him. So a little bit of a mix-up there in coverage responsibility. 8:46 to go until half. 4 receivers in the set, moving fast for New Caney. Taylor going to go right up the middle. They pop it 20, 15, 10, 5. That's going to be touchdown, and New Caney, their 2nd of the night. Hit the wide open lane, catch the Woodlands off guard. Again, the Highlander defense playing a lot of football here tonight, maybe getting a little bit winded at this point. The New Caney refusing to go away, getting the touchdowns here on these past couple of drives when they've absolutely had to avoid getting run off the field early. Rodriguez going to kick it up and true, but a flag comes down. Score will be 21-14. 8:40 to go until half after that quick strike answer from New Caney, and all of a sudden our score is starting to climb here.
Offsides.
Offsides on the
Defense.
Woodlands.
Penalty is declined. Kick is good.
I suspected we might see points here tonight, and that's exactly what's unfolding here in this second quarter as the teams quickly answer one another. So Parker Stewart returning the kick for a touchdown the last time we were in this position with New Caney kicking off, so we'll see what happens here. Don't see Stewart on the field in this case. Like New Caney could be setting up for a similar strategy here where they're going to try and pop it over to the right side of the field. Woodlands playing up, guarding against that short threat. Going to make it to the deep man this time. Busted up the left sideline once again. Big hit by New Caney there to stop the return, but still decent field position for the Woodlands. Going to start this on their own 35-yard line.
Holding. On the return, number 84. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Quite a few flags coming down here so far early in this one. That's going to back the Woodlands up to their own 25 after that penalty yardage is marked off for the hold. Actually go back even further than that, from the spot to the 21. A chance for Matoyer and company to get back on the field. It's been a minute since they've been out here. They've got to get some sharpness back. New Caney hogging the time of possession lately, and then the Woodlands running that kickoff back for their last touchdown. Going to hand up the middle. Self's going to look for space. Good positive carry there to start the drive, 6 yards. A brief stoppage in play, ready to resume action here. Like the Woodlands is going to come out with 4 wide receivers, 2x2 set. On the 2nd and 5. New Caney showing pressure, but they get back onside. Trying to get a head start on their rush. Matoyer looking back to pass, looking deep up the seam to Farrakhan. He's got him caught. What an accurate throw by Matoyer. That was pinpoint all the way down to the 31-yard line of New Caney. And that's just a big-time throw by Matoyer. Farrakhan actually had 2 defenders trying to track his run there, his route. Matoyer just threw it so perfectly it didn't matter. Up the middle to Self. Gonna roll forward for another positive gain of about 5 yards. For Matoyer, that is the kind of pass separates a high-level D1 recruit from everybody else, the ability to make a strong arm throw like that into coverage accurately. Tight formation, 2 receivers to each side, 2x2, 4 wide. Going to look for the corner out. Matoyer throws it perfectly again. And that is going to be caught. They're going to mark him short of the end zone at the 1. Not going to give him the end zone, but yet another perfectly thrown ball. That's number 17, Bryce Cooper, on that catch. And again, the coverage not terrible by New Caney there, but such an accurate throw by Matoyer. Once again, it doesn't matter. It's the one thing you can't defend, or that it's nearly impossible to defend, is an accurate throw from a quarterback. Farrakhan going to be up the middle, touchdown, but a flag is down near side. See what the call is here. Second go, offsides defense, so that touchdown by Farrakhan is going to count. And it is touchdown, Woodlands.
Touchdown.
Just like that, their lead extended back to 14 points, 27-14. Here comes Starzyk. Starzyk puts his foot through it as always. So reliable on those. 28-14, the Woodlands, 6:25 to go until half. The Woodlands just barely breaking a sweat on offense there. Not having any problems here tonight scoring points. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. And they're making it look easy. And then, you know, on the New Caney sideline, they're well aware of the fact that they miss any opportunities for points, this game could get away from them in a hurry at the rate the Woodlands has been moving the ball tonight, in the ease of which they're scoring points. The Eagles, they know they cannot afford to waste any possessions at this point. So the snowball effect is real, and that avalanche is going to start going downhill fast if they stop scoring points. But so far, they've managed to just keep themselves in the game by getting those big touchdowns when they've needed the last couple of times out. Starzyk not allowing any returns here tonight so far. Make that 4 kicks out of bounds, or out of the end zone, I should say. 4 touchbacks. 6:25 to go until half. The Woodlands leading 28-14, but the defense looking to recover the form they showed early in this game so that they can start throwing some haymakers on the offensive side to try and put this one away points-wise. Four wide in the set for New Caney. Taylor back to pass. Under heavy pressure, once again, he eludes it, showing some nice ability to avoid the sack. Good athletic ability on his scrambles. Gets a positive gain. Again, quick recognition to the heavy pressure applied by the Highlander defensive front. Junior Taylor looking impressive here for New Caney. Just keeping his team alive as best he can. Looking deep. Got a one-on-one post route. It's going to be caught down the field on that post. Good catch by the receiver, Eric Sanchez. Again, these are the players that were key to the run of the Eagles last year, and they're getting it done here tonight. Got one-on-one coverage and an accurate throw. Going to move fast once again, see if they do that handoff up the middle that they scored on the last play, or last drive, rather. Back to pass again, quick out. Looking for Sanchez again, incomplete. On the coverage for the Woodlands was the senior Andy Orr. He was all over that one. Four receivers set here for the Eagles, 2 to each side. Handoff up the middle. Going to be stacked up nicely by the Woodlands. No gain. Bring up a 3rd and 10. This has kind of been what the Woodlands has done defensively on a lot of night. For most of the night here so far, rather. They give up a big play and then they kind of try and tighten up as New Caney gets close. Going to stay in that 2x2 shotgun for the Eagles. Taylor, QB draw, going to use his athletic ability. 1st down and more. 5. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown Eagles. Again, impressive speed shown by Taylor. This kid, he's got something. And for the 3rd consecutive drive, New Caney answers to stay in this football game against the Woodlands. Rodriguez on for the PAT. He will boot it right through. That'll narrow the score to the Woodlands 28, New Caney 21, 4:37 until half. Turning into a very entertaining football game, high scoring. The total opposite of what we saw a year ago. But despite that, still the close game that we had a year ago. So Rodriguez has the ball down for this kick. Bryce Cooper, Jackson Bolander back deep. Be fielded by the Woodlands. Done a good job in the return game so far. A little bit better coverage from New Caney there. So the Woodlands is going to start this on their own 28. Highlander offense has not been stopped once here tonight. Scored touchdowns all 4 of their drives. Four wide receivers for the Woodlands 2x2 set. Motion run up the middle to Self into some space, first down and more. Going to be out across the 40. Going to mark him down at the 42-yard line. Self doing a good job running the football tonight. It's a luxury to have talented skill players who are able to play multiple positions in the offense as Self. If they go back to it, they will. Self around the right side this time. Makes a man miss. Now he's going to go around the edge, first down and more into New Caney territory, crossing the 50. Great strong running effort by Aiden Self. Outstanding player. Chains move. Ball's going to be on the New Caney 45 after that nice effort by Self. So flag comes in from the Woodland sideline, actually. Offsides, New Caney.
Number 23, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And not that the Woodlands needs the help tonight with the way they're playing on offense, but they'll get it anyway. Move the ball up to the 40. Two by two, 4 receivers. Matoyer back to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He's going to scramble, get rid of it late. Had a man adjust well to him, caught. That's number 2, Shane Walker. Going to move the chains. Excellent job between the receiver and the quarterback there. Receiver keeping himself alive. Matoyer recognizing the late movement that Walker made to get open. It looked like he was just going to have to tuck and run there. So I believe Walker had turned his route inside initially and then made the adjustment. 2x2 shotgun for Matoyer. He's looked outstanding tonight. Steps up in the pocket, rolls left, keeping himself alive under heavy pressure. He's going to go down. Couldn't get away from that one. Going to be about a 10-yard loss. Like Dalen Wilson there to complete the sack on Matoyer. Five wide, empty backfield. Matoyer, quick throw out to Walker around the right side, just going to try and get what he can. Advance the ball to the 25-yard line. The line to gain for the first down is the 11. This would be 3rd and 14 coming up. Of course, hardly needs to be said, but this is well within field goal range for the Woodlands in the leg of Starzyk. Of course, they are not going to think about that just yet. 4 wide receivers in the set, 3 to the top side.
Timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Woodlands.
The Woodlands. Be the first charge timeout to the Woodlands on the half. Again, our score 28-21. The Woodlands leading. Minute 39 to go until half. Woodlands deferred the opening toss to New Caney, so they will get the ball back after half. So as New Caney has refused to go quietly into the night here tonight, the end of this first half, taking on greater importance, just given the fact that the Woodlands will receive. Always a key thing to monitor at the end of the first half, based on who is getting the ball at a halftime. Of course, we invite all of you to please stick around with our broadcast throughout halftime. Going to be some special festivities going on here on what is senior night at Woodforest Bank Stadium for the class of 2024. So please hang around after the band performances to see that. Have a special presentation down on the field. This Matoyer out on the 3rd and 14, 4 wide receivers, empty backfield. Going to look up the seam, has a man. New Caney tried to close it. It's going to be caught. Touchdown. What a grab. Jackson Bolander Jr. makes a strong catch, and there was heavy pressure being applied by New Caney from both sides, and that's where you have to hang tough as a receiver, and Bolander did just that. Great pitch and catch. Once again, pinpoint accurate throw from Matoyer, making no mistakes tonight. Just big-time stuff, having to throw into some tight windows. Minute 33 to go. In fact, I would go so far as to say that in what's now Matoyer's 3rd season as the starter, this is the best that I've ever seen him look as a passer. (35-21), the Woodlands leading New Caney, and we've done this dance the whole second quarter where the Woodlands takes a 14-point lead. Looks like they're threatening to run away with it, and then New Caney comes right back and keeps themselves in the game. So we'll see what happens here in this last minute and change going into half. Again, for those counting at home, that's 5 first half drives for the Woodlands, 5 touchdowns. New Caney return men standing very deep in their end zone, but Starzyk says, probably doesn't matter because I kick it out of the end zone. This one he's actually going to keep in play. Going to do a little okey doke. It's going to hit and bounce on the turf. Has to be fielded by New Caney. Great stop by the Highlander coverage team. Outstanding special teams play. Starzyk showing an extra trick in the bag there. He's like, nope, I'm going to pop it up very accurately. It landed right around the 10-yard line, so the perfect kind of kick for that strategy. Hits the turf, and that high bounce gave the coverage team for the Woodlands the opportunity to get in position to make that tackle. New Caney going to run it up the middle here, stay conservative on the first play. It's what we call cautious aggression. It's like New Caney would love to try and make a big play here, but they also don't want to make a huge mistake to hand the Woodlands any big momentum going into the locker room that would put them in a much bigger hole than what they are right now. Taylor been very impressive, keeping his game in the contest so far for New Caney. Going to run again. Stopped, bring up a third down. The Woodlands does have 2 timeouts left. See if they elect to use one here or not. Not using it so far. About a 3-second difference between the play clock and the game clock, so New Caney cannot run the clock out. Surprised they snapped that as quick as they did, given the Woodlands was not calling a timeout. The Chains are going to move for a first down. So that'll allow the first half clock to run out with the Woodlands leading 35-21. We invite you to enjoy the halftime festivities here at Wood Forest Bank Stadium and come back for the second half of action, what's been an entertaining football game. I'm Jeremy McGrail bringing you tonight's broadcast and hope you are enjoying everything so far. Encourage you to support all of these students that are coming out here at halftime to perform. Watch what they are able to do with all the hard work that they put in. Bring you the pictures as those performances happen here momentarily. The New Caney's band and drill team taking the field first, followed by the Woodlands, and then be a special presentation after all that, so don't miss it as the teams head into the locker room. We will see you shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field for your halftime entertainment, New Caney High School proudly presents the award-winning 2023-2024 New Caney Bluebonnets. The social officers are President Natalie Toledo, First Vice President Ava Knighton, Secretary Giselle Hinojosa, Publicist Atea Williams, Spirit Leader Yesenia Casada, Historians Gisela Cisneros and Mia Ibarra. The team liaisons are Emily Del Villar and Jalen Barngrover. The Bluebonnets are directed by Becky Crackle and Courtney Knight. The team is field directed by our dance officers, Lieutenant Skylar Parks, Bella Davidson, and Sydney James. Major Jacinia Fuentes, Lieutenant Colonel Sandy Lone, and our Colonel, Miss Madison Schilling. Social officers, salute. Congratulations to the Blue Bonnets of the Week, Paisley Bloom. Congratulations to the Spirit Girl of the Week, Elise Resto and Esri Esforara. The Blue Bonnet Officer of the Week is Ava Knighton. Tonight, the Blue Bonnets will be performing a bomb routine to Luck Runs Out. Good luck, ladies. 52 years of excellence. Reach for the stars. It's your time to shine. For your continued halftime entertainment, please welcome the New Caney High School Band. The New Caney High School Band is an assistant sweepstakes award-winning program with recent appearances as a 5A UIL area finalist and a 6A UIL area participant. The band is under the field direction of drum teachers Tayel Garrett, Daisy Richardson, and Joshua Mendez. Tonight, the band will perform the first half of their show entitled A Day at Sea. The program features music from the Engulfed Cathedral by Debussy, Southampton from the hit movie Titanic, and Bud on a Ledge from The Abyss. Featured soloists are Tayel Garrett on euphonium and Daisy Richardson on flute. We hope you enjoy A Day at Sea with the New Caney Band. Marching Arts. The band is directed by David Dinsmore, Brian Wimberly, and Matt Anderson. Color Guard Director is Kiera Vaughn. Marchers of the Week are Kinsey Harris and Adriana Fuentes. Percussion of the Week is Deanna Hill. Color Guard members of the week are Monique Neal and Caitlin Gilmore. Thank you for coming tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the field where the University Interscholastic League and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, the presenting sponsor of the UIL Lone Star Cup, are pleased to congratulate and honor the Woodlands High School for its ninth UIL Lone Star Cup victory. Highlander Athletics took home the state title in girls swimming and diving, while also finishing a state runner-up in both boys swimming and diving and robotics first division. The Highlanders also reached the state semifinals in team tennis and volleyball and finished third in girls golf. The Woodlands High School had top 5 finishes in boys and girls cross country, boys track, and marching band, and deep playoff runs in boys and girls soccer along with baseball. The Highlanders also had playoff appearances in football, boys basketball, cheerleading, and softball, in addition to district champion titles in academics, team tennis, girls and boys cross country, volleyball, girls and boys swimming, girls and boys soccer, girls and boys golf, softball, and baseball. The administrators, coaches, sponsors, students, and parents who represent the Woodlands High School should be extremely proud of this accomplishment. Congratulations on an outstanding year. UIL Assistant Director of Music, Dave Usella, and Agency Manager Arno Limoneda for Texas Farm Bureau Insurance will now present the UIL Lone Star Cup Trophy to the Woodlands High School. Accepting the award is Conroe ISD Superintendent Dr. Curtis Knoll, Principal Dr. Ted Landry, Campus Athletic Director Jim Rapp, Campus UIL Academic Coordinator Laura Landisbaugh. Also present on the field are CISD School Board members Teresa Wackman, Tiffany Nelson, and Mr. Williams, and the head athletic coaches of the Woodlands High School. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022-2023 Conference 6A UIL Lone Star Cup champion, the Highlanders of the Woodlands High School.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Woodlands High School is proud to present the award-winning Woodlands High School Marching Band and High Steppers. Tonight, the band will be performing a portion of their contest show, Day Dance, brought to you by our title sponsor, Commissioner James Nowak. The band members wearing white sashes tonight are our seniors. Please give them a big round of applause to celebrate their years of hard work and success. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Sasha Osborne, India Patel, Emily Ritchie, Fernando Perez, and Winnie Stein. Percussion captains Jackson Clark, Mark Hewitt, Grant Schilling, Al Estrada, Annie Thompson, and Alex Torres. Guard captains Anna Barnett, Brooke Perini, and Landry Rouse. This year's band president is Mark Hewitt, and the vice president is Sophia Nidiaco. Ladies and gentlemen, the Woodlands High School Marching Band. Lieutenants Grace Bernard, Olivia Jones, Caitlin Alford, and Sophie Sanford. Tonight, the High Steppers will be performing a kick routine to Colonel Bogey's March. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023-2024 Woodlands High School High Steppers!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Wood Forest Bank Stadium. After that halftime performance, we've got the teams back on the field, ready to get our second half of action started off tonight. The Woodlands will receive to start the third quarter, leading 35-21 after a first half where the Highlander offense went a perfect 5 for 5 on their offensive drive, scoring 5 touchdown drives every possession that they had. New Caney had a rough start to the night on offense, but since then they've equalized the Woodlands output 21-21 there in the second quarter, when it looked like the Woodlands may have a couple opportunities to kind of run away with the game and hide on the scoreboard, but the Eagles were up to the challenge so far, and they managed to put touchdowns on the board to keep the game from getting out of hand. So with that, only a 14-point lead for the Highlanders, but they will have the ball first in a chance to earn their biggest lead of the night so far if they can punch it in the end zone, as they run out of the smoke here before we get started in this third quarter. 13-6A action here tonight. Woodlands 1-0 in district after beating Oak Ridge last week, looking to move that to 2-0 and stay in the hunt for a district championship. New Caney took one on the chin last week, losing big to Willis. 0-1 in district is New Caney, looking to get on the board this week against the Woodlands, but tough start to district for them. They were the surprise in 13-6A last year, having won the district. Handed the Woodlands their only loss in district play a year ago. This year needing to replace some key players, and they're also in their first season under new head coach Mike DeWitt, so a lot of transition going on with this New Caney program. And after next year's alignment, they may not be 6A anymore, with Porter moving up the ranks in enrollment as well nearby their campus, so it could be a short stay for New Caney at the 6A level in this district. New Caney putting the ball down, going to kick it off first here to the Woodlands. Parker Stewart, number 27 for the Woodlands, one of the return men, going back. Returned one for a touchdown in that first half. And that came after New Caney had narrowed the lead to 14-7. Then Stewart ran that kick back to extend it back to 21-7. Sophomore kicker Rodriguez with the ball down, ready to get our second half of action started. Pooch kick, gonna hit the turf, gotta be fielded, takes a bounce, gonna be fielded by New Caney in advance. Eagles are gonna recover that. Landed in a spot on the field where there was no one for the Woodlands, and a huge little momentum turn right away for the Eagles. So Woodlands defense has to come out here, shut the door. How about that for a third quarter start? Unexpected, to say the least. So Hunter Taylor, junior quarterback in this New Caney offense, starting on the Woodlands 29-yard line. This is right about the same spot the Woodlands started on their first possession of the night. Taylor back to pass, looking for it all right away. Poster out, looking for Sanchez. He's been heavily involved here tonight. Incomplete. The three receiver formation here for New Caney. 2-by-1, 2nd and 10. The handoff right side, get a little bit of space, gaining about 4 yards, up to the 25-yard line of the Woodlands. Three by one, four receiver set for New Caney. Roll to the left side. Design quarterback run. He's going to cut it back now to the right and get what he can. He's going to have the first down Another impressive run. That was by design from Taylor. There's a flag way back in the secondary. Actually, never mind, not a flag. Thought I saw one there initially, but not the case. Going to be a first down to the 15-yard line of the Woodlands as Taylor wants to move fast. 3-by-1, 4 receiver set. Going to hand off up the middle. Number 11, Aaron Stewart, a junior. Gain of a couple. Bring up 2nd and 8. Going to stay in the same formation, 3-by-1, 4 receivers. Taylor back pass, pumps it, and again looking to do damage with his legs. Going to advance it, going to be near a first down, but 2 yards short. Down to the 8. Earlier in the game, New Caney did not show much of Taylor's running ability, but after a couple of scrambles where he showed he was more than capable, now they're working in the threat with his legs every chance they get here. Can't blame him with the success he's had doing just that tonight. Going to ride the sweep and hand it. Try and turn the corner. Second effort, going to be close. Flag comes in late, short of the first down. There's a late flag coming in, though. Could be face mask or a hold. We'll see which one it could be. That's what the nature of the flag indicates, one of those. Face mask or hold.
Foul. Mask.
Personal
on the
foul,
defense,
face mask on the
half
Woodlands.
the distance to go.
Move the ball inside
Automatic.
the
First
1,
down.
actually. Ball's on the half-yard line. Actually, yep, they're going to walk it up. Where did they spot it? They're going to land it on the 3. So 1st and goal from the 3 after that penalty. And Drayvon Wilson, number 2 in the slot, has not been heavily involved here tonight for New Caney so far. Handoff up the middle. Going to be stacked up right away, nowhere to go. Number 5, Sanchez has done his damage tonight, but Wilson only had a couple of balls thrown his way so far. Show the run up the middle. Fake quarterback's going to try and keep. Now tosses a pass out to the flat, but tackled by the Woodlands. Great play. Stop that. That was number 11, Luke Johnson, on that tackle. Loss back to the 8. Huge play by the Highlander defense there. Bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and goal from the 8. Huge play in the football game here, to say the least. Drop back to pass now. Taylor's going to run. He's going to have it wide open. Touchdown, New Caney. Good job of tucking and running and finding the space needed. Punch it in for the touchdown. And again, these Eagles simply refuse to go away. They will not let the Woodlands get further than 14 points out in front. New Caney kicked the ball off to start the second half. Did a creative little pooch kick that hit the turf and allowed the Eagles to recover that and eventually punch it in. Started the drive on the 29 of the Woodlands. As Rodriguez puts the PAT up and through, that's going to narrow the Woodlands lead to 35-28 with 8:05 left in the 3rd. We have ourselves a football game. And the Woodlands defense playing a lot of snaps here so far tonight. Could be showing some of the fatigue that comes with that. The Highlander offense, I mean, they've had it exactly the way they want it all night, but only up by 7 despite being 100% so far on offense. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. They'll need to make it 6 here. If they can get the ball back this time, that is. Those of you who will have noticed our kickoff times moved back up to their normal times here this week after we made it through the record heat the first few weeks of the season. Tonight's weather helped by the storms that moved through the area earlier, keeping it cloudy. So right around the time of warm-ups and kickoff, no sun out, which has normally been the case at that time, making it comfortable conditions for the players. It'll be a deep kick from New Caney, this time going to be fielded and returned by the Woodlands. Let's see how far they can go. Well covered and tackled by New Caney there. That was number 17 on the return, Bryce Cooper for the Woodlands. Going to be hacked down at the 14-yard line, so outstanding coverage by the New Caney Eagle kick coverage unit. See if this Woodlands offense can stay perfect on the night. Matoyer and company coming back out. Be Aiden Self, Matoyer in the backfield. Like 4 receiver sets coming out here, 2 by 2. Farrakhan actually now is going to move into a split back shotgun. Going to go to Self up the middle. He's going to try and find his lane. He does around the left side. Good tough run there. Going to be close to a first down as he fights for it. And he's going to be right on the marker. 10-yard gain, first down. Good tough run. Woodland's going to stay in the same split back shotgun, 3 receivers. Motion out of the backfield now, going to throw that flare. Going to be caught, makes the first man miss. Good quickness by Bolander. Stays alive, going to get the first down just on pure effort. Great catch and run by the junior Jackson Bolander. Showing his short space quickness there and why he features on return teams as well. There wasn't a whole lot there for him when he caught the ball, but he got everything he could have out of it. Ball up to the 35-yard line. Same formation, split back shotgun. Up the middle with Self, got a nice lane, going to put his head down again, close to another first down. 9-yard gain. Have to think the average yards per play is, if it isn't 10 yards, it's got to be pretty darn close to that. They've been really moving the ball at will. 2 by 2 shotgun for Matoyer on 2nd and 1. New Caney trying to show blitz. They're going to back off as Matoyer looks to the sideline for an adjustment. He can bring the blitz off the edge. Matoyer sees it, gets good blocking. He's going to have an easy run for the first down around the right side. Going to go into New Caney territory down to the 43-yard line. No flags. Chains are going to move. First down run. Field opened up very nicely for Matoyer there to go around the right. In New Caney, so far, no answers for this Highlander offense. Two by 2, 4 wide. Matoyer back to pass. Pressure being applied. Quick throw to number 2, Shane Walker, but New Caney applying the pressure was all over that. New Caney now just trying to bring all-out pressure, knowing that they're unlikely to cover downfield by dropping everyone, just trying to bring all the aggression they can to force the hand of this Highlander offense if they can. Bring up a 2nd and 11. So Woodland's going to move the pieces around, trying to get the formation squared away. So Farrakhan in the backfield now with Matoyer. Pressure again coming. They're going to run Farrakhan right through where that blitz was coming from, around the sweep. Gets a few yards, but looked a little bit better when that run first started. Closed down quickly by New Caney. Bring up a 3rd and 8. So a rare opportunity for New Caney to come up with a defensive stop here. The Woodlands has stayed ahead of the chains all night, well ahead of the chains. Again, we encourage you to visit Conroe ISD Athletics at Conroe ISD Sports on social media, Twitter, Instagram, of course, YouTube. It's Matoyer dancing, trying to find space to make a throw. Has a man open, Farrakhan, but it's a very difficult throw to make. Ball going to go out of bounds. Going to be a 4th and 8. Would expect the offense to stay out here, but are they going to run a play or quick kick? We will see. See if Matoyer tries to just pin him here with a kick. Woodlands always works on that pregame. They may decide they're in a good enough position here to just try and go for it. Matoyer looking back, split back shotgun 3, receiver set. Yeah, he is going to quick kick. It's a good kick. Try and get down and pin it. Going to be fielded by New Caney. They're going to blow that dead. I guess a fair catch was signaled. There was some thought on the field that he should just keep running, but the officials back down by where the ball initially hit are having a conversation. Regardless, play blown dead. But should it have been? So lengthy conversations taking place with the New Caney coaching staff trying to get an explanation for why that was not allowed. Regardless, New Caney getting their first defensive stop of the night. Now,
inadvertent whistle.
The Eagles have the ball with the chance to tie the game.
Take the ball. First down.
And there's an inadvertent whistle is now signaled on the field, so bad luck for New Caney. They would have ended up in a much better situation. So the New Caney coach continues to voice his thoughts on the matter. Regardless, play ready to resume for New Caney. Shotgun 3 receivers. Hunter Taylor, impressive junior QB. Back to lead the Eagle offense. Sweep to the right side, has some space, going to turn the corner. Positive gain, about 7 yards by number 11, Aaron Stewart. Don't believe we saw Stewart at all in the first half, so a new feature of the second half for the Eagle offense. It's an 8-yard gain, bring up 2nd and 2 down in distance as the third quarter rapidly evaporating on the clock. 3 receivers, handoff up the middle. Going to make a move, going to have the first down. That'll move the chains. Good tough running by Stewart so far. It was Dave Stewart, a senior, who is carrying the load in the first half at running back along with Cooper. But so far in the second half, it's all Aaron Stewart. 3:45 and counting in the third. And an all New Caney third quarter so far. It's Taylor back to pass, looking deep, poster out again. It's caught. That is DeAndre Frazier. He's going to be all the way inside the 30 of the Woodlands, down to the 29-yard line. Chains are going to move, and this is the most dangerous moment so far of the game for the Woodlands. They've been ahead on the scoreboard by at least 14 points for most of the night until this first drive of the third quarter when New Caney narrowed that lead to 7. Now they can tie it. Handoff up the middle, back to Stewart. Going to bounce off the first contact, gain a few. Down to the 26 of the Woodlands. New Caney has gifted athletes at the receiver position that are difficult to match up with down the field. Going to sweep right side to Stewart. Very good defense by the Woodlands. Stopped for no gain. It's number 8, Tyler Honeyman, flying up on that tackle. Great play by the senior. Bring up a 3rd and 7. These are the downs where Hunter Taylor, the quarterback for New Caney, has preferred to run lately. So the Woodlands will need a spy, or at least to be aware of that threat somehow here. Back to pass. He's going to go right up the middle, scrambling. Try and go around the left. Scampers away from the first tackle. Keeps his footing somehow. Going to dive. He'll be just a bit short of the first down. A couple of yards short, however. You have to think they're going here. I don't think they're going to give any thought to a field goal. And they're not. They're going to move quick, actually. It's going to be Dave Stewart back in at the running back position. 3-by-1 shotgun. Quick snap. Taylor's going to take it himself. Go across the 20. It's going to be a first down. Going to get a good push up to the 16-yard line. So chains move. If New Caney is able to punch it in here and tie it up, it'll be the first time the score has been tied since it was 0-0. It's Taylor back to pass, pressure applied. He's going to run it around the left side, has some space, cuts it back across the middle, going to weave through traffic down to the 5, all the way down to the 1. It's a flag that comes down. We'll see who that's going to go on. In the area of a hold. Obviously be very welcome news for the Woodlands if that is the case.
Eagle block in the back on the offense. Number 20, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
Illegal block in the back is the call. So the Woodlands will gladly take that after Taylor had advanced that ball all the way down to about the 1-yard line, 2-yard line, on yet another top-notch scramble. Thinking they might design more runs for this guy. He is really capable with his legs. 3 receivers in the set here for New Caney on 1st and 15. Going to hand off sweep. That's going to go to number 9, Caden Cooper. Going to try and turn the corner. Now has to try and reverse field. It's going to be tackled for a huge loss now. Number 5, Caden Clayton, senior team captain for the Woodlands, delivering another huge momentum play. It's going to back New Caney all the way up to the 33-yard line. First down line to gain is the 6. So it's going to be 2nd and 27. Third quarter clock about to run out. Believe they're going to do just that as we're going to reverse ends of the field here for the fourth quarter. The Woodlands leading at New Caney by a score of 35-28. We've had a great football game breakout here. just like last year's game, going down to the wire. Take a brief pause as the teams reverse ends of the field. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 21 for New Caney. 2nd and 27, rather. So here we are, first play of the fourth quarter. It's New Caney ball on the 33-yard line of the Woodlands with a chance to tie the game. However, 2nd and 27. So Drayvon Wilson motioning across the formation. Eyes on him at all times. Back to pass Taylor. Looking in the direction of Wilson on the post. There he is. Touchdown, New Caney. We've been waiting for them to go back his way all game, and they find him in the biggest moment right there for that touchdown on the post. Wow. We are just a PAT away from having a tie game at 35. What a game this has turned into as the sophomore kicker for New Caney comes out onto the field. Number 80, Joel Rodriguez. Been perfect so far tonight on his attempts. Just kind of wait briefly so New Caney player can receive some attention on the field. What a fight back so far in this second half for New Caney, but really you have to go all the way back to that second quarter. Again, the Woodlands jumped out all over New Caney to start the game up 14-0, and it was looking like things could be pretty easy for the Highlanders on the night. However, New Caney put a drive together at 14-0 to narrow it to 14-7. The Woodlands immediately extending that back to 21-7. But as they've done all night, New Caney just refuses to go away. It was 21-14, then 28-14, then 28-21. The Woodlands pushed it to 35-21 at the half. New Caney had to kick to the Woodlands to start the third quarter, and when they did, they were able to land the ball on the turf, took a bounce straight up to where New Caney was able to recover that. Then they only had to punch it in from 29 yards out to make it 35-28. And after the New Caney defense earned their first stop of the night on the Woodlands' last offensive possession, they come out here, drive down the field again with that big completion to Drayvon Wilson. And all of a sudden, we have a tie ball game at 35. Outstanding District 13 6A action here tonight, and we're hoping you are enjoying it as much as we are watching the action here in the stadium, Woodforest Bank Stadium here in Shenandoah. Jeremy McGrail bringing you this Conroe ISD athletics broadcast. Again, encourage those of you watching on YouTube, whether you're watching this live or watching it back, like the video, subscribe to our channels for both Woodforest Bank Stadium and Moorhead. We hope you will join us for the rest of the action around 13-6A this weekend. It's going to be a very important weekend in the district. Of course, with this outstanding game going on here tonight, you have a huge one tomorrow night, Conroe at Willis. And then up at Moorhead tomorrow, you have Grand Oaks visiting Caney Creek. Caney Creek showing some improvement this year. Grand Oaks under Coach McDowell trying to improve each week they take the field themselves. And then you have Cleveland at College Park right back here at Woodforest Bank Stadium tomorrow night. It's the Cavaliers look to continue their positive start to district. They won their first game over Grand Oaks Going to try and get win number 2 right back here tomorrow night. So encourage you to tune in to both of those broadcasts at Moorhead and right back here at Wood Forest Bank tomorrow night. And pay close attention to that Conroe Willis result. New Caney kicks this one back to the Woodlands. Going to be returnable. Good space. New Caney's done a pretty good job covering. Kicks here lately. Bollender spins around the right side. He's got some room if he can turn the corner. He does. He's going to be out close to the 40. Flag comes in at the very end of that return. Usually not good news for the return team. So that'll take what would have been good field position for the Woodlands. Going to back them up inside their own 30, likely. So Matoyer and the offense having a little stress applied to this drive, given New Caney have just tied the score.
On the return, number 34, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Be a first down for the Woodlands. The ball's going to be marked off 10 yards for that penalty. So the Woodlands will start this from their own 24-yard line. And this drive is the perfect opportunity to see what kind of growth the Highlanders have undergone in their first few games of the season in terms of just their overall maturation. In a very competitive situation now, need to put a drive together. New Caney going to apply the pressure again. Matoyer's just going to keep it. Just put his head down, going to gain 4 or so yards. I mentioned on the last drive, New Caney just moving to an all-out pressure approach on defense. They're bringing blitzes almost every down now. Just trying to force the hand of the Woodlands offense, working somewhat. See if they continue to have success trying to do that. 4 wide for Matoyer. 2 to each side, again showing blitz. Blitz is going to be applied quick throughout. Matoyer complete. Going to be advanced a couple yards before Bollender is tackled. Flag comes in after the play. Little extracurricular activity. Let's see if they're going to call offsetting or it's somebody's fault in particular. Big call.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 9, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Huge 15-yard penalty in the Woodlands' favor there as the call goes against New Caney. For the unsportsmanlike and advance the ball out to the 46-yard line. The Woodlands going to stay in this 4-wide formation 2x2. Now going to motion Bollender across into the H-back position. Handoff Self. Makes the first man miss. Second man miss. Turns the corner up. Showing his speed inside the 40 all the way down to the 36-yard line. Great run. Self, very impressive as a runner. Gets aerodynamic and gets upfield in a hurry. Runs like he's been doing it all of his life, which maybe he has. Came into the season as a receiver, but helping out at the running back position. Again, the Highlanders finding themselves in basically the same situation as last year, where they don't have the traditional version of what you would call a feature back, but Self doing a very capable job of maintaining and filling in that position. Fly sweep here. Going to Farrakhan, going to try and turn left. Makes first man miss on a nifty move inside the 30. Going to mark it on the 30-yard line, 2nd and 2. Buckle up, folks. This is really good right now. 2x2 set shotgun for Matoyer, going to look to the sideline. This is the level of play you'd like to see at the top of the district. Bolander again get a motion into the H-back position. Matoyer again to Self. Self, nifty spin to make the first man miss, spins across for the first down. Very good tough run yet again, showing outstanding natural instinct. Chains move. Ball will be on the 28 of New Caney.
First and 10, the Woodlands from the New Caney 28-yard line.
Tight 4-receiver set for the Woodlands. Matoyer snap, back pass. Under pressure, finds his open man up the left sideline, turns it up. Shane Walker into the end zone, touchdown Highlanders. If he stayed in bound, they're looking at each other to make the signal, trying to determine if he stepped out. Now they're going to come in late and say that he stepped out at the 2. So no touchdown just yet, but Matoyer was under heavy pressure but makes an accurate throw to Shane Walker, who was in plenty of space there on the sideline. The Woodlands knocking at the door with the chance to reclaim the lead here. Going to be a heavy set for the Woodlands. 2 receivers, split back shotgun. Motion across the formation, showing heavy run here. Bolander's going to take it. Touchdown Highlanders. And they reclaim the lead just like that. Jackson Bolander in for the score, extending the lead to 41-35 for the Highlanders. And for most of the night, the Highlanders not stopped at all on offense aside from one series. Starzyk, PAT. Snap is good, kick is nailed as usual. We'll make the lead 42-35 for the Woodlands. 8:41 left in the game. Starzyk with the ball down, been kicking it out of the end zone all night. Save for last time, he actually got really creative with a nice kick that landed around the 10. See what he does here. Puts his foot through it. It's going to be fielded. You know they're going to return that. They've been waiting to get their hands on a ball all night. Going to find space around the left side. He's off to the races. This is going to go all the way for New Caney. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Eagles. Wow. Number 9, one of the main danger men for New Caney here tonight, Caden Cooper. Showing the considerable athleticism that exists in this New Caney team at the skill positions. And as they've done all night, New Caney answering and refusing to go away. 8:30 left in the game. Joel Rodriguez getting a workout with the leg tonight. Going to put that one up and through for his 6th PAT on the night. 42-42. Rodriguez ready to send it back to the Woodlands, and this game is becoming breathless with the pace in which both teams are scoring right now, just trading blows in the center of the ring. Heavyweight bout here in 13-6A. Woodlands going to get their hands on the ball here again to try and advance this kick. So the Woodlands offense will start this drive at their own 30 after Bolander advanced that kick out. And a 95% grade so far for this Woodlands offense here tonight, only failing to score on one of their possessions. Farrakhan is going to start in the H-back position here, 4 receivers into the game. Self at running back. And New Caney blitzing on basically every down. It's Farrakhan in motion. Handoff, Matoyer keeps it on the read. Going to go around left side. He's into space. He's at the 50, turns to the corner. He's got speed himself into New Caney territory. Wrestled out of bounds after a long gain. It's going to move the chains. No flags on the field. Take a brief timeout so New Caney player can receive some attention down on the field. Hope all of you viewing this game live with me are enjoying this action as much as I am. This is awesome to watch. This is exactly what you want to see competitively at the top half of the district in 13-6A. Been talking about how wide open everything is this year, and this game is a perfect example of why that is. We're going to have a lot more great action coming your way in the district so far this season. Mentioned off the top, you know, last year these teams played a 14-7 game against one another. We are a long way away from that this time around. Mentioned the statistics in the district to start the night here. And uncharacteristically, the Woodlands at the very bottom of the district in total defense. And New Caney not doing a whole lot better themselves. New Caney returned quite a bit of talent on that side of the ball coming into the season after the success they had a year ago. So if you remember last year, both of these teams were by far the top 2 defenses in the district. It wasn't even close. A little bit different story this time around. It's actually the Conroe Tigers that are atop the district in total defense, but we'll see just how good they are tomorrow night when they have to face off against Willis. Self takes the handoff right side. Not a lot of room to work with there. Just has to get what he can, which is 2 yards. 7:38 and counting in our game here tonight. 4 receiver set for the Woodlands 2x2. Here's Matoyer looking to the sideline. This all-out blitzing approach by New Caney appears to have thrown the Woodlands off at least a little bit. They appear to be a little bit unsure
New Caney
of how to attack it exactly, but got 42 points on the board, so they're doing all right regardless of this second half adjustment by New Caney. Woodlands with 7 points scored since the break. They had 35 at half. So New Caney has outscored the Woodlands 21-7 so far in the second half. Highly encourage you to join Jackson Cochran and David Delaney on their respective broadcasts tomorrow night. Grand Oaks visits Caney Creek up in Moorhead, and then right back here we've got Cleveland at College Park. 3 receiver set, 2nd and 7 for Matoyer in the Woodlands offense. Split back shotgun. Quick throw out to the top. Shane Walker catches it, going to try and spin for a first down, but going to be a yard or two short. Bring up 3rd and 2. 5-yard gain. Here's Matoyer back in the shotgun, 4 receiver set. Farrakhan in the slot. Going to ride in on the fake. Matoyer keeps it first down, no problem. Turns up to the right. Nearly got the edge. Would have scored a touchdown, but just tripped up at the 25. It's the chains move. Matoyer doing more with his legs here late. And I think that's a direct result of the pressure that New Caney's attempting to apply. So the Highlanders have countered that blitzing of New Caney with a little bit more of a zone read approach in the running game. Split backs gun again for Matoyer, 1st and 10. Motion out of the backfield, going to hand up. Ball hits the ground, Matoyer gets back on it. Was riding in the ball with Self there. Maybe they got tangled up on who exactly was going to keep that. That responsibility usually falls on the quarterback. They're the ones who make that decision to give, and the running back's job is simply to put their hands in the correct position, and if the ball stays there, they run with it, and if it doesn't, they carry out the run anyway. 2x2 shotgun set for Matoyer. Matoyer's going to keep it on the quarterback sweep right side. Going to get around the 22-yard line where he's tripped up after a 3 or 4 yard gain. Bring up a 3rd and about 8. Just over 5 minutes remaining in a phenomenal game here tonight. The Woodlands knocking on the door, well within the leg of Scott Starzyk here on a field goal attempt, if needed. But one more down here to try and convert a first. 2x2 shotgun. Motion into the backfield, flip it on the jet sweep. Farrakhan's going to have the corner here. He can turn it up. Quickly closed down, however, by New Caney. That was great defending on the edge. Looked like Farrakhan would have a chance at the edge there, but they made a very athletic play and good tackle in space. So again, we're going to cut away briefly as a New Caney player receives some attention down on the turf. Scott Starzyk warming up on the sideline for the Woodlands. We'll see if they dial his number up. Of course, we know he's got the power to put one through from a lot further back than this. Ball's going to be spotted right on the 20-yard line, so be about a 35-yard field goal, 36 perhaps. Like Starzyk is coming out, they're going to kick the field goal. 4:52 on the clock. 4th and 6 down in distance. Good to see a player for New Caney going up on his own power. Got both of these teams out here giving everything they've got to try and secure a key District 13 6A win. Ball on the left hash for the right-footed Starzyk. The hold's going to be at the 27-yard line, 37-yard field goal attempt. Good snap. Good hold. Kick is up. And right down. Oh, no, going to be no good. They're going to say wide right. So no good on the kick. Had plenty of leg. Starzyk cannot tack on the field goal. So we're going to remain knotted up at 42 apiece. 4:46 on the clock. So New Caney with the ball in their first chance to take the lead here. 3-receiver set. Shotgun for Hunter Taylor in this offense. He's going to hand it off up the gut. First play, well defended by the Woodlands. Number 12 for the Highlanders. Martin Schofield coming up with a great stop, the senior. Was all over that run. Only going to pick up a yard, maybe 2. Didn't even seem like that run gained 2 yards on that one. It was such a good stop by Schofield. It was all over Aaron Stewart. Same formation for New Caney, 3 wide. Second 8. Gonna fake the handoff, going out wide, caught, or incomplete, off the hands of Drayvon Wilson, out in. It was an out route right around the first down marker. Could not bring in the catch. It was open. 3rd and 8, so huge opportunity for the Highlander defense here. One of the key defensive plays of the game, to say the least, right here, if they can get the stop. Got to stick tight to these athletes of New Caney, because if you give them space, good luck. Pressure applied by the Woodlands. They're going to swallow Taylor in the backfield for a sack. Ball is out. See what the signal is on the field. Going to be recovered by New Caney. However, the result is going to be a 4th and long. So the Woodlands going to get good, should get good field position out of this, pending the result of the punt. Outstanding pressure applied by the Highlander defense right there. The Woodlands will have another chance here to take the lead if they can cleanly recover possession here. See if they try and apply any pressure to this punt. Not showing it so far. Timeout on the field.
Delay a game on the offense.
Delay a game, going to help the Woodlands out even further.
Still 4th down.
The Woodlands was not showing a pressure look initially, but with the ball getting moved back, begs the question, do you dial something up here? Not showing it so far. Play it conservative. Kick is away, not going to be fielded, going to take a very favorable New Caney bounce. Farrakhan could not field that. It was kicked away from, going to go all the way down to the 37-yard line, so extremely favorable outcome for New Caney, considering where they had to punt from. Punter standing in his own end zone. Gets a 63-yard punt result out of that. Matoyer and the Highlander offense come back out onto the field. 3 minutes to go in the game. They've got all 3 timeouts in the pocket. New Caney's got 2 timeouts. 2x2 for receiver set. Shotgun for Matoyer. Motion Farrakhan into the backfield. Going to hand off Self. He's got space around the left side. He's going to turn on the Jets around the 45 down to the 40. Still on his feet. Down to the 36-yard line of New Caney right off the bat. Great run on first down by Aiden Self. Done a great job running the football here tonight. Just good, tough runs all night. Good quickness through the hole. Very direct running. Just gets into the space. Does exactly what you want to see your running back do. Just decisive running. 1st and 10. 2:30 in the game. Plenty of time. Matoyer shotgun. Going to go right back to Self up the middle. Squirts to the hole, makes the man miss. First down inside the 25 to the 24. Clock is on the Woodlands side here in a great situation. Even though the Woodlands missed the field goal a second ago, if they have to do it again, be fully trusting of Starzyk and his talent. They'll want to punch one in the end zone here, not have to go to the kick if they can all avoid that. Self up the middle again. Going to pop around the left side this time. Stiff arm applied. Going to be tackled around the 17-yard line. Another good positive run. Going to keep the clock moving. Going to spot the ball right at the 17-yard line of New Caney. Minute 25 and counting. Again, New Caney 2 timeouts remaining. Woodlands all 3 in the pocket. Motion across the formation with Self. Bolander on the carry, gets tripped up. Little turf monster action. Bring up 3rd and 4. A minute left. New Caney uses one of their timeouts. Ball positioned dead center. Just about. Bolander may have lost a yard on that carry. Again, had space, just lost its footing. It's a good push by the Woodlands offensive line there on that play. Thank all of you for joining us on this excellent 13-6A broadcast tonight here in this pivotal 13-6A game between the Woodlands Highlanders and New Caney Eagles. Of course, as always, thank our show control and our hardworking camera folks down on the field helping bring you all these excellent images and footage of the game. Woodlands offense back out onto the field. 3rd and 4, exactly 1 minute left in regulation. 3 wide receiver strips to the top side. See what they elect to do here. Gonna flip the formation strength. Matoyer's just keeping it himself. He's gonna have the first down and more. Cuts inside, good tough run. Down to the 12-yard line. Woodlands in full control of proceedings here at the end of the game. Just have to smartly manage the situation as best they can. Have a brief timeout on the field so a Woodlands player can receive some attention. Excellent, excellent football game here tonight. Not over yet. Of course, you never take anything for granted. think the Woodlands is going to keep it on the ground when play resumes here in a moment. Good to see player getting up, coming up under his own power. Players are all working extremely hard, giving every last ounce of energy they've got. I've always believed that's one thing football will teach you better than most activities, is that even at exhaustion, you still have something left to give. It's what off-season teaches you, how to push through moments like this. When physical exhaustion sets in, you learn that you've still got plenty in the tank if you'll just push through those uncomfortable moments. Be a split back shotgun look here, at least initially, by the Woodlands. 48 seconds left in the game as play resumes here in a second. One timeout remaining for New Caney, 3 for the Woodlands. Matoyer's going to come to the sideline. It was showing like he wanted to call a timeout. Now he's kind of turned around and come back. All right, ready to resume action. Split back shotgun, motioning self into the backfield again. Heavy run look. Handoff around the left side. It's Farrakhan on the carry. 28 seconds. Clock is going to be stopped by New Caney.
Timeout.
Final timeout of the game. So what I think that'll mean here is the Woodlands may run one more play. In fact, they may kneel it and then call a timeout and bring on the field goal unit to try and get the win as time expires here. Ball slightly positioned to the left, not all the way on the left hash. That's where Starzyk attempted his last field goal that ended up being pushed right. The ball was on the left hash there. You would think they'll run some type of play, whether it's just Matoyer taking the snap and moving a little bit to his right to center it, for Starzyk to come on and put the finishing touches on the game here tonight, hopefully from the Woodlands viewpoint. Be a shame if New Caney ends up going back down to 5A next alignment. They've stepped into this district and been very competitive and established a nice little rivalry here with the Woodlands these last 2 years. Again, Matoyer back out here, shotgun set. He's going to take it and look to run around the left side, actually. So he's going to get tackled. See if they just let the clock run down and kick the field goal once again from the left hash. Looks like they may call a timeout here to see if they can position the football, I would guess. Maybe didn't want that play to go around the left side. And we are back here to resume action. 3 receivers set for the Woodlands. I would expect Matoyer to take the snap and just go to his right on a sweep, just to position the football. That's exactly what he's going to do. Now the play is going to be blown dead. Flag came in there from the Woodlands sideline. So Matoyer trotted into the end zone there, but
False start.
False start on the offense.
All players weren't set before the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
So clock will be reset back to 16 seconds as a result of the false start. Woodlands was attempting to position in the middle there with that run design. Split back shotgun now for Matoyer. Again, going to flip. Formation strength, move the offensive line, motion across self. There's Matoyer, handoff Bolander around the right side. Going to bounce it to the left, push it up inside. Touchdown Woodlands. Bolander into the end zone. Was just trying to center the football and then saw a cutback to his left lane and a chance to get in the end zone, which he does. Jackson Bolander, the junior, punches it in for the late touchdown. 10 seconds left in the game. The Woodlands leading 48-42 at the moment, pending the PAT. Don't go anywhere. 10 seconds remaining. We saw what New Caney did with a kick return a little bit ago. So flag comes in immediately from the white hat. Too many men on the field.
Substitution infraction on the offense. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty.
The Woodlands has too many players on the field, 12 men. So that'll back it up 5 yards. Kick is up and true by Starzyk, 49-42, the Woodlands. However, 10 seconds remain. And if we've learned anything tonight, anything can happen in that period of time. So we are not done just yet. Very interesting to see what the Woodlands elects to do with this kickoff. They just put their foot through it and touch it back. That's probably what I'd try and do. Or if they try some type of squib. I'd probably say don't let any of these return men get anywhere near putting their hands on the ball. It's really not much wind to speak of at all here tonight in Woodforest Stadium. Looking at the flags. In the north end zone, hardly any movement at all. In the south end zone, just kind of a gentle breeze. Starzyk is kicking towards the north end zone. Is a squib from Starzyk, going to take some bounces. Fielded. Ball on the turf, however. Ball still loose. Let's see if the Woodlands gets on this to end this game, finally. Woodlands saying they've got it, and they do. That's going to end the football game. The Highlanders get on the squib kick. They are going to seal this 49-42 victory over New Caney with the victory formation. 6 seconds left on the game clock. What a way to end it. New Caney player had his hands on the ball with the chance to return it. Just couldn't hold on to it. Wonder if his eyes were getting big looking down the field at the possibilities for the return. Instead, ball hits the deck. Woodlands recovers, and they're going to kneel it out victory style. Credit to New Caney for coming up here on their road trip, making the trek around the Grand Parkway. Giving the Woodlands a very good game here tonight, but it's the Highlanders that will move to 2 wins, no losses in district, and meanwhile, New Caney, having played Willis and the Woodlands, is going to drop to 0-2. But I'm guessing we haven't heard the last of the Eagles in the district race. There it is. Matoyer kneels it out. The Woodlands is going to take it here tonight. Outstanding outcome for the Highlanders to get that key second win in the district. And I will be with you for the Woodlands game up at Moorhead next week against Conroe. So I would highly encourage Woodlands fans on this broadcast to watch that result from Willis tomorrow night and see how Conroe does there, just to see how strong they look exactly. Looking forward to joining you all on that broadcast from Moorhead next week. We thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jeremy McGrail. Again, like and subscribe to the videos at Conroe ISD Athletics on YouTube for both Moorhead and Wood Forest Bank Stadium. Thank Show Control and all of our great people down working the cameras on the field to bring you all the action. Outstanding football game here tonight with the Woodlands taking a very entertaining 49-42 victory over New Caney. I will see you next time. Good night.